Hey, this is M Crafty Dad on the Jezik Family Stream. I'm going to be covering some of the new, latest stuff that's going on in Mech Arena. We just had our Christmas event give over. Pretty good event. We've had some new mechs come in. We're going to be covering that slowly. I've actually got one of the new mechs that we've seen come out here recently. That is good old GATECRASHER. So I want to go over just the basics of what I've dealt with. Please, if you notice, I'm running a sniper setup with Javelin 6s, but I'm running with a pilot that doesn't really correspond with those. Please ignore it. You know, I know a lot of people are say, hey, why do you have a pilot that's not supporting the weapons? Because of the pilots that I have available to me right now, her base attribute of mech HP and weapon damage, which is basic for everybody. That's why I have that. Now my implants, yes, they are for my rocket mortars. I did rocket mortars with GATECRASHER. I will say this to say that I was actually pretty happy with GATECRASHER on rocket mortars. His mobility is real nice. He's got, right now I'm only sitting with 55,000 HP. If I were to, let's say I were to take my pilot off, let's go ahead and remove that, go back to our mech, we're sitting at 49,000. So I'm only about a quarter of what he can be. For a lot of people that have taken the time to look at him, you know, his potential is pretty dang great. With a max of 111,000, or 11,000. What? Let me see. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens, 100,000. My apologies. 111,000 HP. Now remind yourself also when you're looking at that you're going to get a HP bonus depending on the pilot that you have on there. Very good tank. One of the latest that has come out. I finally got to use him. I have loved GATECRASHER, his ion pod. We're going to show some of that. Is awesome for those that come out and they do what we call camping. They'll come out of maybe like a covered area and you'll never be able to get them. The great thing about the ion pod is it will go through the wall. It does continuous damage. It is long distance if you can get it to go long distance. I've liked how good it's been. So I did use the rocket mortars on there. I've also used what I'm using right now, the railgun, which, you know, the railgun as you get it up. To me, this has been one of my more favorite weapons because, you know, as you get it going up, you're going from 24,000 all the way up to 58,000. You hit them, they're gone. Unfortunately, I'm only sitting with one railgun, which kind of sucks because you hit them with a double railgun, whatever you hit, it's going to be bye-bye. So that's been a favorite of mine. Another one that I've been using is the EM Rifle 16s. Unfortunately, for the power that I have, you know, I can only do that and then put number 4 energy. So just mindful that, you know, with these two legendary weapons, if you have good aim, you're going to take 3/4 of a lot of people's HP anyways. The EM Rifle 16s, once it locks on, it's basically an auto lock. That's how I see it, even though you do have to, you know, get your aim pretty much towards whoever you're aiming at. But once you got it, they're done for it. It locks on, it's gone. You know, the reload speed kind of is a little bit of a doozy, but I mean, it's a one-hit kill. Get an implant to reduce the reload speed on that. I had a guy that I was playing with the other day, and he literally just got like 17, 19 kills easily. Now, he did have it fully start up, but, you know, if we look at these new EM rifles, they haven't been out very long, guys. 29,000, you know, for one hit, you know, per magazine, and you know, and then fully start up, obviously, with your pilot. It's a pretty dang good weapon. So that's another weapon that I've been seeing. I've been looking at a lot of the top tier clans You know, I've seen GATECRASHER have the EM rifles or the railgun 16s. Another one that I've seen it is these disc launcher 16s. Unfortunately, I've been rolling the disc launchers off arachnoids. We're going to cover about what I feel about arachnoids and the disc launcher, but not right now. We're just focused on that. But that's kind of the short and look at. Let's get our pilot up there. Remember, before you go on to using your mech, make sure you have some sort of pilot on there. A pilot is better than no pilot, so remember that. So, where you'll see people where they will have a pilot that doesn't support the weapon, like I said, a pilot is better than none because you have a base HP and a base weapon buff that you'll get. So remember that. Okay? So let's go ahead and move on to another big new development that's been going on, and that is Bastion. Bastion's a new one. I personally have not seen Bastion on the field. This is a tank type mech. Let's kind of look at it. We can get it to stop. And it's got a pretty cool looking, look to it. It looks tanky, as you can see. And the back looks great itself. You can see the tires that I would imagine, would help the maneuverability of this this mech right here. So pretty cool looking start out. Again, I've not seen it on there. Let's go ahead and look at the abilities. Tanks are designed to absorb damage, protect allies, and attract attention on the battlefield. And they are. If you've seen the tanks that are on here, they're pretty hefty, where you can get a DPS right behind it, and then you get a support as in like a healer and do the healing at the same time, and you can have a good 3-piece combo. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that play this, they don't play in teams and in crews, but really that's how that should go. So, anywho, let's go on to one of its moves. Activates a ring shield around the mech to absorb damage. When the shield HP hits 0, it releases a spherical explosion that deals damage and applies an EMP debuff to any mechs within its radius. So, that's pretty cool in itself, for the fact that a tank, if you look at a tank in any type of game, it's like bringing what we call, what do we call that? You bring the attention towards the tank, and that's kind of what that is. So that gives the tank the time to absorb that attention, and then your DPS and your support, as in a healer and a DPS, can do that. The great thing about that too is at the end of his blast shield, you're going to be freezing him just like Zephyr does. Once Zephyr gets you, you're done, and hopefully people around you to get him. Extremely high. Let's look at damage sponge. Extremely high HP coupled with the blast shield makes this mech best candidate to lead the charge. Partial cover of the blast shield does not cover the space above the mech or below it, so it is vulnerable to mines and artillery. So, with that being said, mines and artillery, think of Cheetah, and think of any of your artillery-based mechs that you might get. So that's something you need to keep in mind. So this is more a frontal assault type mech for that, and that's where these traits go for partial cover. It is what it says. It has an arrow pointing up, down, and it has an arrow pointing up. So that means that any damage from above and below, such as mines or I forget what it's called, artillery, can't hurt it. So just be mindful about that. But let's go into kind of its stats. While I am quite impressed with his HP maxing out at 142,000, you can possibly get another 40% depending on, well, not depending, but most of the legendaries have a 40% buff after you fully max it out. So you're almost going to get about, let's do 50% of 142,000. You're looking about, let's divide that. Well, 40% is 10% away from 50, so let's just do 50% of that, so it's half. You know, 2, that'd be 7, 2, 1, 21,000. So a little bit about 25 to 28,000 extra. I'm just rounding or rounding below. So you're gonna have about 140, about 140, 160, 70 plus HP maxed out once you get that on there. So that's pretty impressive in itself. Energy capacity is at 24, like most basic mechs. Now be mindful at this mech maxes out at 18 kilometers. So it is not one of the fastest type mechs. Mind you, I see so many people take a tank in there and they rush in. Mobility wise, you're not going to be turning around fast. You're not going to be running around fast. Tanks are not meant to go Rambo in. They're meant to cover while you have your DPS and your support in there. Now, what also I mean by that is if you send your fast, attack type mechs that have lower HP and you've got this guy in the back, there's no point in him. He has a shield, make sure he has a shield for a reason. There is no point, like I've always told people, to Rambo into an attack, work as a group. Now, ability cooldown starts at 16 seconds. That doesn't ever change, so know about that. The next great thing is shield durability, how much the shield can take. Now, this is a little different than Ares, which is kind of cool, but you start at 4,200, which obviously that's not going to really do you anything, and it maxes out at 40,000. This will help, take a couple rounds from your legendary type weapons that are going to, cap out at a whole artillery set about that. So that's going to really help you out. So that's pretty impressive in itself. And then, we start at a power of 79 and at 746, like all base mechs. Again, I haven't seen this mech whatsoever on the playing field. I'm super excited about it. Now, for those that don't know, let's compare to Brick House, where we had about 100 and well, it starts at a base at 141 for Bastion. Brick House stops at 121,000. Let's add the extra that we kind of thought, so it's gonna cap out about 147,000 max. So in the end, Brick House versus Bastion will overpower per HP. So keep that in mind. Now the only difference is overcharge amplifies your weapons and works even better on nearby allies. So where you have a shield, which is Bastion, you have Brick House, which amplifies your weapons. So again, you either can have a shield or you can have Brick House that amplifies everybody's weapon. Again, when people really start looking at the mechanics of this game, it's about having your supporting roles, having your main roles, and everybody working as a team. There's no point in everybody breaking up like everybody does all the time. And I just never understand it. It baffles my mind. But with that being said, that is a short synopsis of Bastion. Just so everybody knows, currently right now, Bastion is in the event Crate Crush, where you can get a token or you can buy them. They are a little bit expensive, with possible crate chances sitting. Let's go ahead and look so I can kind of reiterate to y'all. In order to get the legendary Bastion, you've got a 6.67% chance of getting this mech. So with that being known, know that most likely, unless you have a blue genie in your pocket, you are going to have to pay quite a bit of money, or at least 59 to 60 bucks, because we did that with GATECRASHER to get him, and I got lucky. I think I bought 7 tokens. It still cost me quite a bit. It will cost you a little bit to gamble here, so just know that. Also know that if you do that, while it is nice to have the newest, latest mechs out there, don't be like me. If you notice, all my mechs, you know, we go to arachnoids, where we're going to talk about them in a little bit. Arachnoids isn't fully started up. My kill switch is not fully up. My Tengu is not fully up. He's at 101,000 with his HP buff, but we're seeing at level 2-7 of the last star. Now, had I done this the right way, and what I recommend to people is fully max a couple of your mechs out instead of buying every mech that you can, because unless you have a couple mechs that can get on the field, give you about 4 or 5 kills just by yourself, you are never going to climb up in the leaderboards, and you're going to be sitting there crying and saying, oh, pay to play this, pay to play that. No, this is the one unique game that I've always told people, you don't need to be a pay to play winner. You just need to be a grinder, period. One of the things about grinding, and what's great about Mech Arena, is they give you a lot of free stuff in the beginning. They really do. You have the chance to win everything that a pay-to-play person has. Now, you might not level up that person as fast. Oh, freaking well. But you still can have that. So, again, don't be like myself. I've been playing since day one. I lost my first account when I did not tie it to my my account. So this is my second only account that I've ever had playing Mech Arena, and it makes me so mad because I would have had half of these already put out. But like I said, work on one and go from there. Again, I'm hoping to have Tengu set up here very soon. Tengu, you know, after I get Tengu all the way up, we're going to be going 14 to 16 power. The great thing about Tengu is you can do that Sky Strike stealth. What that means, because a lot of people don't understand, all that means is that somebody cannot lock on you with either disc launchers or some kind of javelin. That does not make you invincible. So they have that implant, and they also have, if you don't know, you can actually go over here when you go to pilots, go to implants, and this first one that you see, well, no, let's get out of here. If you go into just your base screen, let's go to inventory, go ahead and click that, go to pilots, then go to index. If you don't know, these are all the implants that you can get, okay? That you may or may not own. Now, up on top, you will see everything in color. These are the ones you have. Everything below are ones that you've never had. For Tengu, there's 2 different ones. One that I do not have yet, and I hope to get it. But there is a big difference, so people know, because people seem to. You have Sky Strike for stealth, where you can't be locked on, and you have Tengu Sky Strike damage. This is what the damage happens when you land behind a person, near a person, or very close to a person. This is a mod that you want. I have not got it yet, but some of the higher guys that play, they have this. And let me tell you, if Tengu comes landing next to you, say goodbye, because it's going to be follow-up with some weapon damage. With that being said, once I get him up to 16s, I'll be putting my shotgun, let's see, I'll be putting these bad boys, my shotgun 8s. Now the reason I do that is because Tengu, if you work him well, you will jump behind your opponent. Once you get rid of your barrage of shotguns, anything and everything is gone. So I'll be putting my shotguns on him, and I'm super excited. So I wanted to also go through something else that I have recently come to, and maybe you have known, and a lot of people have, but when you get that 7 of 7 of the last stars, I was told that the purple stars, you can actually go to them for free. I will later post that video when that comes too. I've not seen that. I've heard collectively that, hey, yes, it costs a lot to get Tengu and other mechs up there, but fully yellow starred, meaning you get all yellows are colored in, and it's a 7 of 7. you can purple them for free for nothing. So just remember that, okay? With that being said, let's go ahead and move on. I wanted to do a overview on arachnoids. Now we got arachnoids a little while back, probably about 2-3 months ago. One of the newer mechs on there. Sadly but truly, right now I'm sitting with him with Disc Launcher 16s and a Disc Launcher 8. Why? Because he comes with inherent power, but to be honest, he is so slow that I would not recommend this as one of your attacker mechs. Sadly, they have arachnoids as an attacker. The bad thing about arachnoids is he's super slow. I've been very successful with having artillery on him, but that's about it. Now, this is why I don't recommend arachnoids being... well, I would think arachnoids should be a tanker, but that's just me. But as an attacker, you're only coming out at about 85,000 with another 20,000 HP. Which kind of, sucks, but it is what it is. But arachnoids is so slow that I've been using this mech as an attack with my disc launchers. I have not been successful to really use them because it's just too slow. I haven't seen too many people use them, but this was a free mech. If you have the chance to get it free, I would get it. The energy level is pretty nice, but as an attacker, I have not been too successful or happy with this mech. Let's look at Redox, and Redox, at a 5 stars already at 24, so you're going to pass the energy on that. But Redox is also at 71,000, so HP is not the greatest. Panther, which a lot because of shield capacities at 71,000. Remember the 20 plus thousand that you can put on there. But the shield with the Panther, once you get them up and you have the energy, Panther's really good mobility wise, and for the shield to use those disc launchers. So might be a better, or not is might, but is a better option for that. So moving on, because there's so much we got to cover, we are going to look at also a new pilot that has come in. That was on last week's event, and is also helping out the new barrage level weapons. Now, I have actually seen these barrage weapons used on a map, and it was actually, I was pretty impressed because this person used it on Tengu, and yeah, I quite liked it. So let's go ahead. We'll look at Impulse. Impulse is an epic style pilot, and let's go and check out Impulse's character bio. Once blocked from becoming a professional mech pilot by Rosa, Impulse entered the global pilot search, a competition to find the best unsigned pilot in the world. She took out the best of the best from every corner of the globe, eventually emerging the winner. Her victory was watched by millions and won her not only a ticket to the big leagues, but a legion of adoring fans too. Mostly importantly for Impulse, it gave her an opportunity to show her detractors that she does belong in the arena. Now, if we look at Miss Impulse, she obviously is sadly but truly wheelchair bound, and she probably had to work a lot harder to show people, hey, I'm just as good as everybody, and I'm here ready to whoop some candy, people's elbow. So pretty cool. She's got this cool looking droid that also watches after her. I have yet to get her. She was on the last division event. Unfortunately, I did not make enough. But with that being said, like I tell free-to-play players, save your resources, save your boxes, get out there and play, because all these new pilots and everything that are coming on, they are out. You can get them for free, okay? So, skill has a barrage damage. Right now, so far, we've had launcher 6s and nade launcher 8s. These are basically grenade launching type weapons. They have a vault. They vault over like this. Now, let me see if I can do kind of in an arc. So you've got to know how to aim quite well. I have not been able to use these yet, so I don't know if there's a target in the front or what. But I have seen it and it's pretty cool. So hope to get the opportunity to use this pilot, and we'll see in the future. But this is one of the new add-ons currently available in the events, and this is one of the award playoff events. With these, first player can get a 3, second position can get a 2-star, and position 3 can get a 1-star. Our objectives: make sure you go through them and see what easy things you can get. For instance, open 1 silver crate. You can collect a lot of silver crates and stack up on here. Same with gold crates, basic implant crates. You can't really save. Upgrade mechs or weapons. You may want to save those. Open 1 amateur. Can't really save those. Upgrade the Bastion mech, and then use coins. Open 1 advanced implant crate. Upgrade Bastion mech rank. Open 1 event. Open 1 champion crate. So there's a lot of things that you can do to save. So when you get these award playoff events, you can get ahead of a lot of people who are pay to play. Unfortunately, you know, you can't beat somebody who's going to buy 30,000 coins at first. Unfortunately, but you can try to get that head with knowing what objectives you need to do, okay? So that's one of the new ones that they got going on. We've seen Bastion. Pretty cool new things that are going on. Mech Arena is only getting better. You know, clans has not really changed at all just yet. You know, but like the developers told us, this was going to come out very slow and whatnot. But before we go, I wanted to do round where y'all could actually see GATECRASHER add action. Now I'm hoping, and I can't promise this, but I'm hoping that you will have good gameplay so you guys can see, because GATECRASHER really does help with that plasma arc from people who are camping, and it's a grief that we've all had with. So we're gonna play a fast little round on there so you can see it. Like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys joining me. Enjoy the last of the bit of the video. I hope to see you on the next stream. Let's get this round going. So right here, throw that out there, and it just melts them. Now, the other good thing too about this, let's go ahead and melt. There we go. And that melts too. Now, you can, just to let you know, if you have somebody written right next to you, literally attach that plasma beam right on a character. Now, and there's a plasma beam right there. Why some idiot would put a ball over some people that aren't very intelligent on this game. So you see a whole bunch of camping right here. Let's go ahead and bam. Yeah, see, legends. Now the great thing about ooh, got it. Another great thing about that plasma is it has a very fast reset time, so you can really lay that down. Now, mind you, just keep in mind that plasma beam is going to sit on any surface right away. So just be mindful about that. Get rid of all these guys right here. Don't get them in my way. Good old Tangy for the win. For our second round, I was hoping to show a little bit more on that. Just be mindful that plasma is going to stick to the nearest wall. Here we go, here we go. Nice little hit right there. And that plasma, a lot of people have not seen. I think we got him. Yep, got him right there. Hit. Ooh, it's just tearing him away. I was hoping to get that plasma kill for y'all. Got it. Oh no, I didn't. Right, it definitely, it can be hard, but if you it is a weapon to got it. So that's, you can directly put it on one of these there. You can either is when you attach it to Mech, it kind of has like an EMP explosion. Come on. Got it. So that was actually, I was more than happy with you guys being able to see that. That's look at that, GATECRASHER MVP. That's the new Mech GATECRASHER from Mech Arena. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you get a chance to get GATECRASHER, get him. He is fun. Come see me on the playing field. I hope to produce a lot more of these. This game is only getting better. GATECRASHER was a phenomenal ad. Thank you to the developers. Hope to see you on the field. Like, subscribe, leave me some comments. Help me out on what you guys want to see. And come out and play Clans, because Clans is only about to get better. Peace out.